Hello, welcome to Working with Miniatures. I'm Jim, and it's been a month since I've posted anything. Tonight we're going to be painting Kingdom Death's The Butcher. Let's get started. With the model assembled and primed, I use an airbrush to spray speed paint from different angles, with the darker colors being applied where there would be less light. I do this for the flesh and the hair for their base coats and shading. This can be done with a brush if you do not have an airbrush, but if you do use an airbrush, keep in mind that this coat is thin and it can be pulled up with later brush strokes if you apply too much pressure. Once inside at my desk, I start base coating the rest of the miniature, with pallid bone for the bones and horns and camo cloak for the armor. The cleaver blade and mail is done with cloudburst blue. With everything base coated, I run outside and hit the miniature with several light coats of Tester's dull coat matte varnish, letting it cure between each coat before mixing various shades of oil paints with mineral spirits and oil washing everything for more shadows. I mix at least 2 dark versions of each colors, reds, oranges, yellows, browns, blues, and greens. After letting it dry for about 20 minutes, I lightly dampen some makeup sponges, wiping gently to remove the oil from the upraised areas and leaving the recesses darker. I prefer the sponges over Q-tips as it doesn't leave wispy strings of cotton, which can be a nightmare to remove later. Once sure all the oil is dried, I begin applying glazes of topaz skin thinned with glaze medium. I had a lot of failures with this step and I couldn't figure out where I was going wrong. I was thinning the paint right, but it kept glazing on splotchy and not smooth. I found out from watching a lot of various glazing tutorials that I needed to remove a little bit of the moisture from the brush without removing the paint. Thank you Kenny Boucher from Next Level Painting for that bit. The necrotic flesh I shook exceedingly well and lightly dampened the brush, but otherwise I did not thin the paint any further. I have better results with edge highlights if I let the paint be just a little thicker. Then it's back to glazes for additional highlights elsewhere. Like Banshee Brown and Kraken Skin before, Gorgon Hide is applied with minimal thinning to the cleaver's blade. To add an air of additional menace and brutality to the butcher, I apply glistening blood over the blade and add spatters over the miniature, focusing mostly where it would make sense from impacts made with a weapon wielded with her left hand. Back outside, I fire up the air compressor again to try my hand at OSL for the lanterns, first with fluorescent yellow before mixing in some white to brighten the center. I admittedly got too heavy-handed here, and you'll see in a few moments, but first, gore. Mixing glistening blood, a little matte black, and Uhu adhesive in a bottle cap, I stretch a string from the cleaver down to the base in a straight line. I want it to seem like it's blood dripping from the cleaver to the ground as opposed to some fleshy strand stuck to something. The first strand came pretty easy, but after 20 minutes and mixing 2 more small batches, I failed to get any further to stick. This is a final result. I especially liked how the cleaver came out, but concerning the armor, my glazing got pretty sloppy and I didn't realize how bad until I saw these images. Clearly I need better magnification. The flesh I'm mostly happy with the biggest issues coming from rogue airbrush spatter, though I mostly hid with blood spray. The hair, I went too heavy with my OSL. I think 50% of what I did would have been better. And of course, after moving the miniature to film this rotational, I knocked it over and the damn dripping gore snapped. I think I'm going to put this miniature away for a while, and maybe I'll do another video near the end of the year on cleaning and fixing failures and revisit the hair and gore effect later. It's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you learned something or inspired to start or expand your own collection. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you like the content of this video and would like to see more, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Jim with Working with Miniatures. I'm truly grateful for your time, and I bid you a fond farewell. Until the next video.